2025. At 6 p.m., Commission Chambers, 500 South, West 109 Avenue. Roll call, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Madam Clerk. And for the record, Commissioner Ian Vallecillo has arrived. Commissioner Isidro Ruiz hasn't. I'm sure he'll call. We already had roll call. We already had invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Mayor, do you have any special presentations?
At this time, no.
Mr. Mayor, do you have presentation of Employee of the Month Award?
No.
Mr. Mayor, presentation of Officer of the Month Award.
I believe we do. Yes, Chief, I want to make sure.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Mayor, Mr. President, Commission, distinguished guests. My name is Lieutenant Humberto Herrera, Sweetwater Police Department, Administrative Division. I am here to present the Officer of the Month Award. It is with great pride and recognition that the City of Sweetwater Police Department commends Officer Dennis Colon for his outstanding performance since assuming the role of training coordinator in January of 2025. Though Officer Colon stepped into this role with no prior experience in the field of law enforcement training, he has shown exceptional initiative and commitment to excellence. From day one, Officer Colon embraced the challenges of the new assignment with a positive attitude and a genuine willingness to learn. His openness to coaching and feedback has allowed him to not only meet expectations, but to begin developing his own confident and effective instructional style. With a short period, Officer Colon successfully completed multiple instructor certification courses, laying a strong foundation for long-term success in his position. He has already coordinated and executed several agency-wide training, demonstrating logistical skills, attention to detail, and clear communication with all personnel involved. One of the most notable accomplishments under his leadership was the recent active assailant training held at Dolphin Mall, where Officer Colon stood out for his organization, command presence, and delivery. This high-stakes training was conducted seamlessly and professionally, reflecting both his ability to lead and his organizational skills, highlighting the importance of preparedness and officer safety. Officer Colon's dedication to the professional development of our department is a credit to his work ethic and commitment to the mission of the department. In recognition of his achievements, professionalism, and outstanding performance in a demanding new role, Officer Colon, Dennis Colon, is presented the Officer of the Month Award.
All right, Commissioners.
Front center, sir.
Smile for the picture. Thank you. So you can show your grandkids.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. Pleasure.
One, two, three. One more.
All right.
Show your grandkids. Good job.
Well-deserved, Officer Colon, and thank you. Special shout out to our Chief Police Sergio Diaz, Deputy Chief Gill, and Assistant Chief Frank Fernandez for putting up that active assailant training. The mayor and the commissioners were there present. Kick-ass job, so thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for what you're going to continue to do. Reports of officers, boards, and committees? None. Additions and deletions to the agenda? We have an attachment, correct? Okay, let me see if I see that.
Yeah, we have, Mr. President.
Staff item P?
Yeah, So we have 3 additions and 1 deletion. So staff item F would need to be deleted because it is being substituted by staff item O. And the difference between the two is simply the correction of a Scrivener's error. It's fundamentally they're the same document. But since it came out since the error was discovered after the fact, it can only be substituted this way.
All right, sounds good.
You wanna ask a question?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor.
On this item, or do you wanna replace?
No, so you need to delete staff item F, and you need to replace it with staff item O as the addition.
Okay. Easy enough.
Yeah, so you need to delete staff item F. You can't substitute because the agenda has already gone out and the titles are different. Right, okay.
So you have staff item O attached?
Yeah, staff item O is attached as an addition.
That's why I was asking.
Okay, my mistake. I'm a little far from the microphone.
No, it's
also, so-
okay, we're good. Continue on. Thank you.
Number 9, petitions, communications, and remonstrances. Petitions, communications, and remonstrances. Thank you, Carmen. Mr. Alejandre, it says Alejandre Martinez, is that correct?
Alejandro,
Please forgive me.
yeah,
There's an E there, okay. Alejandro Martinez,
yes, sir.
please come up. Mr. Martinez, you've already stated your name and your address. No need to do so. You have 3 minutes to speak on this item. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here to talk about Runzelli Park. I think it's been over a year since the redesign and the redevelopment of the park. I'm extremely disappointed that it's taken so long. I don't think something like this should take so long. I also came last year and I told you guys the importance of, trying to incorporate native plants. We're called Florida for a reason. Our plants are beautiful, and it just got covered in artificial turf. 2 of the trees that were planted to meet mitigation, I believe one was knocked down, and then they were just taken out, and now there's no canopy to provide shade. And it's just it's disappointing. I really I come here. This is my second time coming here. I actually really do care. I want Sweetwater to be known as a great area. I feel as if it's starting to look like Brickell. None of the new development is ownable. It's all rentable units. It's a shame, especially you guys being Cuban people. You would think that you would want people in your community to be able to own something and tell someone, yeah, you can't take this from me. But back to Runzelli. It's completely disgusting. The artificial turf is gross. I hope that you guys are not ignorant in the future when kids question their biology when they grew up playing on artificial turf. I mean, that's like a it's just bad. Whoever did the landscaping job in the front needs to get fired, sent somewhere else. It's bad, bro. They're under not one American flag. Not under one American flag in this city is there a Native American plant, a Native American tree. You walk outside in the medium, in that circle, in the roundabout. There's these planters that have been there for 10 years, broken, looks ugly, and then I'm supposed to think that the city is going to manage this new asset and do a good job with it? And you guys can't do a park within a reasonable time? I see kids in the small little playpen section. I'm well over my time, but you guys, come on, man. People work hard, bro. People work hard, man. Everyone here in this town, in this city, works hard. Blue collar. No one's a millionaire here. No one's a billionaire. Everyone works hard. The least we could get is a park built in a reasonable time with grass that people could actually touch. That's all I have to say.
Thank you for your comments, sir. Thank you for your opinion. Anybody else like to speak? Good. Consent agenda. Approval of minutes for commission meeting of June 2nd, moved by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey, second by Commissioner Marti. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So moved. Staff item 11. An ordinance of the city of Sweetwater, Florida, establishing parking regulations for off-street parking, provided for authority, providing for enforcement, providing for procedures, providing for fines, providing for severability, providing for codification, providing for air in my lungs, providing for effective date, second reading, and public hearing. Public hearing is now open. Anybody wish to speak on this item? Public hearing now open. Seeing nobody come forward, public hearing now closed. Mr. Mayor.
As you know, doing the street parking, we already discussed this in the last meeting. This is the second reading and basically giving the administration the ability to move forward and continue making sure that the parking is, with the new two systems that we discussed, excuse me, be put into effect as soon as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Do I have a motion on this item? Moved by Commissioner Yanez, second by Commissioner Marti. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Yes.
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 Yes, and thank you. It's about time. It only took us a gazillion years to get this done. Mr. Mayor, I really appreciate that. Staff item B, an ordinance of the city of Sweetwater, Florida, amending chapter 58, article 5 of the city code of ordinance to require restaurants to disclose mandatory gratuity policies, providing for minimum signage standards, providing for definition, providing for enforcement, providing for severability, providing for codification, providing for effective date, second reading, and public hearing is now open. Anybody wish to come forward on this item, please step forward now or forever hold your peace. Seeing nobody come forward, public meeting is now closed. Commissioner Marti, you have the floor.
This is just a follow-up.
Second.
Do you want to speak on this item,
No,
Commissioner Marti?
I think we're good.
I think it's an excellent item. Moved by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey, second by Commissioner Yanez. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Diaz?
Yes.
Commissioner Martin?
Yes.
Commissioner Ray?
Big yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo?
Yes.
Commissioner Yanez?
Yes.
President Villanueva?
Absolutely yes.
It passes.
And now the city of Sweetwater, whenever you go to a restaurant, they'll have to say that gratuity is now included. It's no longer going to be a surprise. Thank you so much, Commissioner Marti. And on the previous item, I want to clarify. On the previous item, when I said it's about time. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I wasn't talking about the mayor. I was talking about the previous administration. It took 8 years to get this done. So thank you, Mr. Mayor. Item C, an ordinance of the city of Sweetwater, Florida, amending chapter 50, article 14 of the city code of ordinances by striking certain language in conflict with Florida statutes and providing for anticipatory reviews and recommendations by the police pension board trustees prior to signage, second reading of any legislative amendment thereto, providing for severability, providing for codification, providing for an effective date, first reading. Commissioner Marti, you have the floor, sir.
So this ordinance was in conflict with Florida Statute 185. What we're doing is we're codifying this to match up with Statute 185, which limits only the police chief can exit the pension plan. So this kind of just brings us in line with 185, and this needs to be reviewed and approved upon by the police pension board as well to make sure that we're not in violation of the requirements for the police pension plan.
Commissioners want to move this item? Moved by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey, second by Commissioner Ian Vallecillo. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Martin?
Yes.
Commissioner Ray?
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo?
Yes.
Commissioner Yanez?
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz?
Yes.
President Villanueva?
Absolutely yes. Thank you, Commissioner Marti.
Passes. On first reading.
Item D, an ordinance of the city of Sweetwater, Florida, altering the method of appointing members of the city's Neighborhood Improvement Advisory Board and providing for residency requirement for said members by amending Chapter 2, Article 10, 2-439.01 and 2-439.2 of the City Code of Ordinances, providing for severability, providing for codification, providing for an effective date, First reading, Commissioner Vice, you have the floor, sir.
All right, guys, this is we talked about this in the last meeting. We're changing the Neighborhood Improvement Board, reducing it from 7 members to 5, and then changing it for the mayor to approve the members, and then we ratify. And like I said before, and I wanted to say again, the city needs to have this board because there's a lot of different beautification and parks grants out there at the state level that require the city to have a board of this purpose, so that's why I've been defending it. So we need to have this board, but because it's an administrative purpose, really, that's why I just wanted to throw it over to the mayor's office for them to approve and us to ratify. And it also changed it to that members have to be residents of the city as well.
Any commissioner wishing to move? Commissioner
Move.
Marti moves, seconded by Commissioner Yanyo. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Rain,
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Yes.
Commissioner Yanio,
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Marti,
Yes.
President Villanueva.
Yes.
It passes on first reading.
Thank you, Commissioner Vallecillo. Item E, a resolution approving for the purpose of 147, parentheses F of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 as amended, and other matters, the issuance by Public Finance Authority of its tax-exempt bonds pursuant to a plan of finance in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $300 million for the purposes of financing of the costs of the project known as Tech Tower located in the city of Sweetwater, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. And the 545 meeting kind of discussed the particular bond situation that's going to be done for Tech Tower. I want to publicly thank Brian. Thank you so much for the quality of work and the ability to be able to negotiate something that is so important for the city of Sweetwater and its residents, especially now and for the future. Mr. Mestres, thank you for your support in representing the city and making sure. And of course, Alex, thank you, as always, making sure that these projects are done properly within our city. Ralph, thank you. I know that you had a late start on your vacation, but you stayed back and make sure that things were taken care of, and I'm very appreciative of that publicly. I
You
wanted
do what you need
say
to do,
that.
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Move.
And to all
Second.
those that were involved, thank you, Mr. President. Same discussion for item F, which is now item O.
Oh.
So if you want to read that one, this to your point.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moved by Commissioner Ray and second by Commissioner Yanyo. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Yes.
Commissioner Yanio,
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Marti,
Yes.
Commissioner Rain,
Yes.
President Villanueva.
Yes,
It passes.
item passes. We have now deleted item F to be replaced by item O. Is that correct, Ralph?
Yes, sir, and you can address item O now if you want to move
I'd
it up.
rather. Any commissioners have any problems with that? No? All right. Item O, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater, Florida, authorizing the creation of a limited liability company for the purpose of financing, constructing, and managing a multifamily housing residential rental project that will include a workforce housing component, finding that the inclusion and availability of workforce housing meets a public purpose, providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for authority to the mayor and the city attorney to establish the limited liability company, providing for the composition and purpose of the not-profit, providing for expenditure of funds, providing approving waiver of certain impact fees, and providing for an effective date, and declaring that such project lessens the burden of the city of Sweetwater, Florida, and providing for authority, providing for an effective date. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Little
Move.
Larry, you want to take a moment there?
Moved by Commissioner.
Hold on,
Ronaldo
before
Ray.
you do, let me say something that I've thanked everybody except one very important person, which is sitting right there, Mr. Muttlesberg. Please stand up a second. I want to tell you, thank you publicly. Not only are you the Director of Finance for the City of Sweetwater, but the work that you have taken on this matter has been extremely, extremely accepted by all of us, because this is new. This is something, I think this is the first of its kind, and the way it's being done. And I think we're making history tonight in the city of Sweetwater, and I'm sure many other people are gonna take note of what's taken place. And all those that have been involved in this, thank you. I know I see several others that are here. Want to thank everybody, because this is one way to really, really move forward. So, commissioners, thank you for your support.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have a motion by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey, second by anyone?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Marti, second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Yanio,
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Martin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rain,
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Yes.
President Villanueva.
Absolutely,
It
yes.
passes.
Thank you all for your vision and your trust.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah, Brian, you're all right. We need softball equipment, Brian. We need bikes and backpacks. Item G, a resolution, we need gifts at the Christmas party for the 3,000 kids. Just putting that out there. Item G, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater selecting vendor for certain office furniture, providing for authority, waiving errors and inconsistencies, and providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz.
Item G, sir.
Item G, sir.
Okay, as you recall, the first time that this item, I had not, several of you called me to see if I had read the item, and I had asked for it to be put on, but no, I did not look through the whole item. But we did, and we went and negotiated with the furniture company, and from 158,000, we brought it down to 79 and change, with incredible furniture to be put in there. Useful furniture and everything that we need to make sure that city is represented well in our new building and zoning and code enforcement department. So I ask for your support and moving forward with this item, sir.
Move.
Chair?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Commissioner Reynaldo Rey?
Yes, I would just want to put on, Mr. Mayor, these funds are actually gonna be coming from the building department, that is self-sustained, has nothing to do
With
with
Avalon.
public mortar,
Exactly.
with public
Absolutely.
monies.
Yes, sir.
This has nothing to do with a public money that's not being used for that. It's gonna be from the building department, and they're self-sustained. Is that correct?
It's a public money that people that ask for permits and do that type of work, yes, sir. It
Correct.
doesn't come from the
From the
taxes paid
Avalon.
from the citizens of Sweetwater.
That's all I need to put on record. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Commissioner Reynaldo Rey. I have a motion by Commissioner Idan Yanio, second by
I'll second it. Oh.
Commissioner Marti. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Martin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rain,
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Yes.
Commissioner Yanio,
Yes.
President Villanueva.
Absolutely, yes.
It passes.
Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for listening to us, for listening to our concerns. That just goes to show you have absolutely no problem pivoting, and we appreciate it. We were not included and involved for the last 8 years, and you most certainly listened to our concerns. I thank you for that. Every day, I thank you for that.
Thank you, sir.
Item H, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater authorizing the mayor to purchase vehicles for the Parks and Recreation Department as provided for in the fiscal year 24-25 budget, providing for authority, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. There it is. You have the floor, sir.
This is a vehicle that we need a truck to replace a very old truck in the Parks Department. I want to move forward, so I brought it up so I could get your approval moving forward.
Through Chair.
Commissioner Saul Diaz, you have the floor.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. The park really need it. Can we put some type of lift in the back of that truck?
That's already gonna, that's
Oh.
why I asked for your permit. I didn't say an amount or anything, just to move forward and just get that vehicle
Thank you, sir.
fully loaded.
Yes, sir. I always move it, this item.
Moved by Commissioner
Second.
Saul Diaz, second by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Martin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rain.
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo,
Yes.
Commissioner Yanio,
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz,
Yes.
President Villanueva.
Absolutely,
It
yes.
passes.
Thank you. I know we didn't need a roll call on that, but there are certain items I want to put on the record, so that item passes. Item I, resolution of the City Commission, City of Sweetwater, adopting and approving contract with Tyler Technologies, Inc. for the provisions of certain software as a service regarding permitting, licensing, code enforcement, and planning functions, providing for authority, providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz, you have the floor, sir.
This is a continuous contract that, where's Mario? I think I saw him. Mario, come on up, please.
State your name for the record, sir.
Mario Diaz, Director of Technology, City of Sweetwater.
Mario, can you explain to the commission what exactly it curtails?
Entails the software for the building and code enforcement department. So everything, well, I would invite Richard Ruby also.
Yeah, basically,
Director.
this is the item that basically controls the actual payments and stuff online. It actually moves to make sure we make even more expedient the process of putting plan reviews and so forth.
Yeah, Richard Ruby,
eh,
Director of Building.
Hold,
Sorry.
please. And in between all that, we're also bringing people, one person that we're looking to hire, and we actually did hire to make sure that we don't have the lack of service. We actually move forward to improve that service and make sure that our department works even more efficient. Now, Mr. Ruby, if you'd like to ask.
So this software is being used in most municipalities in Miami-Dade County, Coral Gables, Miami Beach, City of Doral. It's a very sophisticated system. It automates a lot. Constituents are very familiar with it since they're using it in a lot of municipalities, and I believe it'll move us towards the future.
Through Chair.
Commissioner Saladin, you have the floor.
Yes, how long, is this gonna be a term limit, right? You guys gonna have, how long is gonna be this contract?
It's indefinite.
It's indefinitely.
Well, yeah, it's a
So it's gonna be like a monthly fee,
It's a
yearly.
yearly fee.
yearly fee?
Yearly fee.
Okay,
It goes up 3% after 3 years. It'll go up 3%. after
every 3 years, you're gonna go 3%?
And 3 years it goes up 3%, and then continue in year 4, 3%, and on.
Okay, can we,
It starts at 38,000.
and if we wanted to go ahead and cancel the service, we can do it, or?
Yes, we can. We can cancel the service. The data will still be our data.
Okay,
So the data will still be our data. We can cancel the service, and it integrates directly into Tyler Munis, which is what Tyler's New World, which is what we currently have right now, which is our financials.
gotcha.
So the integration is seamless.
What do we have now different?
Right now we have, it's called eSuites.
Okay.
So it's missing a lot of functionality it's a very watered down version of a permitting software. It doesn't take the payments, it doesn't take a lot of the other code enforcement, and it's very, very not innovative.
When you said municipality, Doral, Miami, who else? Because
Pembroke
I do a
Pines-
lot of those.
Pembroke Pines,
Okay,
Miami Gardens.
Miami Beach.
okay, all right. I
Yeah,
like-
the software was originally called Intergov, and then it got bought out by Tyler.
Gotcha.
Commissioner, basically, this is an item that I wanted to make sure we brought. We have a software. The software is difficult, and people are having
Yeah.
a lot of trouble. And I think some of you gotten some feedback on that, because I've gotten it. So the issue is that we want to make it more flexible, faster, more efficient, and something that we could build on. Now, if it continues to work like it's working for other cities, and we've asked, Mario called, and so did our department head, to make sure that it is what it is. And we need to make sure we proceed with payments online and do certain things where we were having a lot of problems with the software that we were using. Software is very difficult in today's world. Sometimes you think it's gonna work perfectly, but it has to mesh with your use.
Okay.
So we finally got this software. I believe it's gonna work properly. It works for other cities. Yes, it costs money, but it also expedites, and people are happier because they could get processed, their permits and everything a lot faster.
Gotcha. I do permits in other cities, and it's really, really hard. That's why I ask you, what city you guys done it? So yeah, I support this item 100%. Thank you, Mayor. We needed it.
Thank you, Commissioner Saladin. Commissioner Jose Marti, you have the floor.
Is this on-prem or is this cloud?
No, it's cloud, SaaS.
Okay, perfect. And where is it hosted? Amazon?
Tyler, it's Microsoft, Azure.
It's hosted by
A-
Microsoft?
Azure, by Azure.
Okay, all right. Good, thank you.
Moved by Commissioner Yanez, seconded by?
I second it.
By Commissioner Saldiaz. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Item passes, Madam Clerk.
Item passes.
Item J, a resolution of the City of Sweetwater Commission authorizing the mayor to extend the current bus bench and shelter services contract on a month-to-month basis, providing for authority, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Mr. Mayor, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. And once again, I got some questions from the board asking where's the bus benches, what's going on, and I went around checking. I saw a lot of the bus benches that have a trash recipient on there, totally full, and people don't, the entity's supposed to be taking care of it. I don't see that happening, so on. So we asked, since the contract is basically over, but we need to have the services, we're gonna see what we're gonna do, and most probably put it out for an RFQ, or an RFP. We're depending on what we see that we need to do and how we're gonna do it, whether we're gonna purchase the benches or we're gonna look for new benches. We're in the process of developing that need right now. But I do want improvement. I want the city to look good. I do whatever we do, whether we keep it internal or we go external, we want to make sure that the city stays clean. I do not want to go by these things and see the trash coming out of the reciprocal, and it's not the image that we're portraying. So, and also comfort is very important, that we look at some of these things that the people are sitting there for a while for the bus to get there, that, you know, now in these summer months, it's not the easiest thing to do. So we're trying to figure out how we do that, especially with the ADA and other things that take place. So this is why the extension of this is needed, to give us time to work and get the proper situation done.
Mr. Mayor, I commend you on this item. I know that bus bench contracts in other municipalities are a source of contention because they're money generating. They're also revenue profit sharing. And I've also seen the technology today where they've implemented license plate readers, they've implemented cameras, they've implemented digital advertising and profit sharing for municipal governments. I hope, say again?
Emergency buttons.
Definitely emergency buttons. So I hope that we look at all those resources. I know that there's a lot of money to be made there as far as profit sharing. So I look forward to the request for quote or request for proposal. I know you're gonna look for the very best deal for the city of Sweetwater. So I thank you for that. Anybody like to move this item?
Move.
Motion by Commissioner Yanez, seconded by Commissioner Vallecillo. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes. Item K, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater authorizing the purchase of additional street signs to complete the replacement throughout the City of Sweetwater, providing for authority, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz, you have the floor, sir.
This is the final one. I told you the last meeting that I still had some signs that needed to be ordered. Some were knocked down because of accidents. So this is the final order. This should put us all completely, the city, with the new signage everywhere. Except that some that I'm gonna review that I don't think we need to have those kind of signage for trash and so on in that particular area. It only just, it doesn't look good, it doesn't give the aesthetics that are needed. But I gotta look and see if it was part of a resolution or not, mandating the sign there. So, but as far as I'm concerned, I think with this order, it should be the final one.
Anybody wishing to move this item?
Move.
Commissioner Yanez motion, seconded by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes. Nomination, consideration, appointment of members to the Neighborhood Improvement Advisory Board. I believe that's eliminated now.
Close to, but you still have item N and item P.
Silly me. You down with OPP, what'd you say?
That, but you're always already taken care of.
So item N, November.
Yes, sir.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater authorizing final payment to contractor for design build services of city project at 1695 Northwest 110 Ave, Florida, 33172, providing for authority, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz.
I'm sorry, were you on one item? I apologize.
Item N, November. It's the two additions to the agenda.
No wonder.
It's at the end.
Item N?
Item N, November.
I don't have it.
It is at the end of your agenda. It should be. As an addition.
You have a copy there?
All the way at the end? Because,
Yeah, I'm already at the end and I don't have it.
well, we have the paper doc.
apologize.
We have the paper doc, but I don't see it here either in the iPad thingamabobber. I'm technologically inclined. It's a flux capacitor. It's right next to the,
Can you move to the next item, Mr. President, for a second?
yeah. So item O has been passed in November. Where's,
Papa?
let's see. And P is on this one. All right, you ready to go in November? All right, in November.
This is the final payment to be authorized to the contract on the project of 1695 Northwest 110th Avenue. And that's it.
Commissioner Saldiz?
Yeah, through the chair, Mayor, and this is the payment for?
Sir?
This is the payment for the building itself?
Yes, sir.
Design build.
Design bid, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anybody have any further questions?
I'll go ahead and move it. I'll move it, or?
Commissioner Reynaldo Rey with a motion, Commissioner Jose Marti second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
That
Item
one
passes.
snuck up on me, guys. That was unfair.
Item passes. Item P, Papa. A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater clarifying 2-228 of the City Code of Ordinance authorizing the mayor to retain special counsel to represent the city in cases where the council's fees are to be paid by a third party, providing for grounds of, and providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz.
This is basically for the situations where we just endured earlier, that we need to have outside counsel, and especially when the payment is provided by the vendor himself or the entity that's gonna be doing a building or so on, and they're gonna provide the money. My limitation is 25,000. Sometimes it's more than that. So whatever needs to be applied, we have to move. We work together with our city attorney, but in these particular situations, outside counsel is important as part of the procedure. So therefore, I need to have that procedure approved, and also not only the actual attorney, but the consultant also that might be needed to get simplification so we can move on with the project.
I have a question, Mr. Mayor. So when we have a situation like this, obviously it takes professional advice. I'm not a developer, so I don't know how to properly develop, and obviously, we would need to hire a professional consultant. When that occurs, you'll be coming to this commission, requesting those funds, or with this item, those funds will already be available up to a certain limit.
The funds will be provided by the entity. The city does not provide it, even though they represent the city, whether they're representing us on the bond side or in capacity of a consultant, like you said, Mr. President. You know, there's special expertise that might be needed. Now, that money it will be provided by the entity that's applying and working with and negotiating.
Well, that's outstanding.
So that's why I need to move on it in a moment's notice, and this is why, yeah, that's why I brought it before you guys. And I want to make sure that the consultant is also there. It doesn't have to be just a lawyer. A consultant is also needed sometimes for clarification.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
If I could just quickly read through this. to make
Point of
sure.
order, Mr. Attorney.
Just a moment, please. Okay, I would ask that paragraph 3 be amended so that where it says the mayor is hereby authorized to retain outside legal counsel for the benefit of the city, I would ask that it be amended to read outside legal counsel and consultants, and again, legal counsel and consultants in the second line as well.
Move as amended?
One more point. There is no amount set here because.
No, sir, there's no
So
cap.
long as it's being paid by the entity.
Yeah, there's no
Okay.
cap, and I
Good.
would like to say one quick thing. This is functionally identical to the way that our insurance carriers work with us.
Exactly.
So the insurance carriers interface with myself and the mayor. From the list of providers, we select counsel, and they pay for it. So this is functionally identical to that.
So move as amended, seconded by Commissioner Yanez. Well, I'm gonna give Commissioner Yanez the motion, Commissioner Reynaldo Rey, you can have the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No, as amended, sir, right?
As
amended.
amended. Do we need to reread the item?
No, sir.
All right.
The title is not changed.
So there goes that.
I'll move the
That's-
item.
Cause that is a grand slam. So we don't have to pay for that?
No.
That's a duh. Nomination, consideration, appointment of members of the Neighborhood Improvement Advisory Board. I don't think we need to do that, cause now the mayor can nominate 5 people himself, correct?
Yeah, it would be better if you.
So we're gonna strike L.
Yeah, it would be better.
But,
if
if you have any suggestions, any of you that you would like to see, or people within the city, please bring them to my attention.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Item M, Mike, nomination, consideration, appointment of members of the Youth Advisory Board. I think we're gonna end up doing, why don't we do this? Why doesn't somebody go ahead, draft the language, have the mayor appoint members of the Youth Advisory Board, because we keep kicking this can down the
Yes,
road.
exactly.
If anybody wants to go ahead and do that, just contact the mayor and the city attorney.
Okay.
Reports, mayor's report. Sir, do you have a report?
Basically, let me see how I do this. The Ronzali Park, I know some of you I met with, pretty much all of you today. You went by and saw the actual screened up and you saw the grass and so on. This is something that every field out there that's being constructed nowadays are being done in basically the same way. And it's done because of the wear and tear on these fields when you have a lot of people using them, and the amount of water that we receive in that field with the drainage systems and so on. It's extremely complex because these fields dry in approximately 30 minutes or less. So when there's games being taken place, they're not have to be canceled because the field is wet. Now, like in many other places, Pinecrest, Doral, and many other places that are doing the city of Miami and so on, now the fields people could continue to play. And the courts, the 2 courts that are gonna be done for pickleball, they're gonna be started tomorrow. I hope and I pray that finally, after all the hard work and everything that's been done to this, it's not the 4 years that took Doral, and I know theirs is a lot bigger, but let's just say that finally, in almost 2 years, we'll have that park in full throttle and having several different sports for our children to be able to enjoy and participate in. So as far as karate, dance, and so on, which I know some of you have enjoyed in the shows, and some of you have special people in and enjoying and participating too, that got my heart already. But I will tell you that I'm very proud of the work that Sandro's done in the park, Willie and the whole team at the park. It is really second to none. There's dedication, there's love, and they really love to work that has to be done there. The camp, it's done a lot better than I ever thought it would do. The quality, the attention, the ability of working with the kids. All I get is thank you from parents. I haven't had a single complaint. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't gotten a single complaint. I know some of you have gone and participated. Thank you for doing so. And that's basically the park itself, the colors being changed, as you can see, to match the one in Carlo Park, and that's taking place. We're redoing every part of it to make it the quality of the residents' requirement and what they want. So that is basically being taken care of. As far as the state issue, two of the grant monies that we were asking for the state, one was for the police cameras that were gonna be installed in the area specified in area 2, was lowered to 200 and something thousand. The 200 and something thousand grant was vetoed by our governor. So as with the monies for the improvement on 6th Street for the water drainage system that we had, some water retention in that area, that it was so much, so I know some of you went by and some of you were with me when it occurred, that the water was already getting to the door of the house. So that's something that we've worked hard to eradicate in the city of Sweetwater, and that's the last part. That was also, it was 900 and something thousand, and that was also vetoed by the governor. As far as I know, that was the ones that we proposed, and we got them both vetoed. I wish it could have been a different situation, but unfortunately, that's what occurred. As far as everything else, I know I've talked to you guys today about several other things, and I thought it was important that we should be ready on the linear part. I think we're going out already, and we should be getting some quotes back and negotiated already to move there. There's the one about 114, between 114 and 113, that water buildup there that's being done, that I know all of you have complained on. We should be ready to fix that and get that taken care of. About the treescape and so on, we are now looking, in our grants department is looking to try to get grants to try to get those trees that are mentioned. We replaced a lot of the trees and the streets that were redone for 5th Street and 5th Terrace with oak. And the trees in the last 5th Terrace and half of 5th Street, I believe, were replaced. We replaced some of the trees that had died, and we got thicker oaks so they could have more ability to grow and be to the positioning that we needed in a faster time. So there's a lot of things that are taking place. I could go on and on, Mr. President and Commissioners, but we're just moving in every cylinder, everything that we possibly can to make sure we get the best result. Our police department has done an incredible job in making sure our streets are safe. The young men and women, and some that are not so young, have been doing an incredible job in making sure that our streets are covered and protected. So I'm very proud of the work that's done by the whole, not only administration, but every employee in the city. Everybody's working on all cylinders and making sure that we'll continue to do better at every level and continue to receive praises from the people to make sure we keep improving the look of Sweetwater in the field, and also the most important thing, the quality of life, and making sure that the people are protected.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Commissioners report. Anything have anybody report? Nope.
Yes.
Commissioner Yanyo, you have the floor.
Yeah, I wanted to thank you, Mayor. It was a great 4th of July celebration. I mean, at the beginning, I was kind of scared because the weather, but the weather was in our side, and definitely it was a success. We had a lot of people. They were having fun. Everything was saved. I didn't hear anybody complaining. Everybody was very grateful that the city of Sweetwater another year did celebrate the 4th of July. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. And for the record, several cities canceled their event, and we held to the last minute and moved forward on it. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me, by the way.
Commissioner Seldiz, you have the floor.
Yes, Mayor, I know you touched a couple of concern that I have, and you already said it. What about the tree trimming that you're doing? It's still available? You guys still doing it?
I believe we have a little bit left on area 1 that needs to be finished, which should be finished between this week and the next.
Okay, you still on it? You guys working on it right now?
Area 1 is the whole residential.
Yeah, I seen it.
Because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
All the trees in the city, in the swell area, have been trimmed and prepared for any possible storms that are coming. and done in a very professional way, so they look very nice. And again, we're getting
Thank you, Mayor.
people thanking us on that.
Commissioners, when it rains, I know Commissioner Saul Diaz has been doing it for years. Take time to get in your cars, drive the streets, figure out which storm drains are plugged up. I know that I spoke to the mayor about last night's little rain, and we just had a little rain, and there was some small flooding. Also, get your hurricane preparedness gear, get your houses ready, because obviously, when if and when something hits, we're not going to be home. You know, all the commissioners end up hitting the street. We know Commissioner Saul Diaz and Commissioner Reynaldo Rey have chainsaws, and they love to chain clear debris. Commissioner Mati is making sure that some of our police officers are hydrated in the event that they end up falling out or they're not feeling well. So let's just make sure we have our rain gear, our rain boots. Oh, I put them out there, Officer Garcia. I'm gonna hand them up. Make sure we have our rain gear, our rain boots. Make sure we're situated. Make sure we have water in our personal homes. That way we can go ahead and we can do God's work and serve the community. Now, before I continue, I'm noticing that there's members in the crowd that does somebody wish to speak in the crowd? Because you guys are here, and the moment to speak was already. I don't think you guys speak English. Hay personas en la audiencia que quieren hablar. Okay, déjame explicarle algo, and I'll translate. That moment has already passed. Ese momento en la reunión ya ha pasado. Ustedes han llegado tarde. Ahora, that moment has already passed. You guys have shown up late. Nosotros no les gustamos de no dejar que las personas hablen. Ahora, yo lo que voy a hacer, yo voy a dejar que una persona hable. So, no. Ustedes deciden, you guys decide who's going to speak amongst yourselves. I'm going to allow one person to speak. Does everybody have to speak on the same item? ¿Están aquí para hablar sobre el mismo? Ok, baja la mano, señor. Usted no decide para el grupo tiene que decir quién va a nombrar. So, ustedes deciden, tienen 15 segundos para decir quién va a hablar para el grupo y párense para hablar.
If they can't, cancel it.
¿Ya el grupo ha decidido? Perfecto. Señora, do you speak English?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Can you please state your name and address for the record?
Yes. Hi. Thanks for the opportunity. My name is Samantha Morales.
Samantha, you have 3 minutes to speak.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I live in Little Abner, in 112, 55 Northwest First Terrace. I'm here because of the situations going on in Little Abner. Just like everybody else is here, we're really basically wanna see what's going on. We know that you guys are talking about our safety. We're residents here. Hurricane season's approaching. In the community, there's a lot of debris everywhere. I know it's a construction zone, but they're not doing their full job. They're leaving debris everywhere. That's a danger to animals, to the residents. If a hurricane comes, that can go blow anywhere. There's other people out of Sweetwater that are coming and dumping there. They're taking advantage of the situation. They're dumping animals. They're dumping trash, debris, whatever they can. They're coming in. They're squatting. They're also coming in and stealing from people's properties. We just want to see what is it that you guys are gonna help us out with our community, or I don't know, like, cause we're living there, we pay rent, we are part of this community. We're over 200 families. Myself, I have 4 small children. I'm a low-income family. I don't have money to pay an expensive rent. And we're basically 1 foot out. We have children. Our children have anxiety. We have older people that are on also fixed income due to they're on whatever government system they have, and they can't afford it. So I appreciate it.
So thank you for your comments. Just to answer, if, and I'll say this in English and Spanish, in the event of a hurricane, unfortunately, that area is an evacuation zone. So in the event of a hurricane,
Okay.
please don't stay there. Whatever you are going through personally, that unfortunately has nothing to do with the city of Sweetwater. I'm being very careful how I tread. We care about your safety and security. If a hurricane comes, please don't stay there. Lo voy a decir en español. La señora estaba hablando, señorita, estaba hablando sobre qué van a hacer en el campo trailer si hay un huracán. Le queremos recordar, en el evento de un huracán, esa área se tiene que evacuar en un mobile home park. Les pedimos, por favor, si viene un huracán, no se queden en un trailer. Lo que ustedes están pasando, personalmente, la ciudad no tiene nada que ver con eso. Desafortunadamente, estamos limitados en lo que podemos hacer. Pero cuando viene de seguridad y salud, es algo que obviamente vamos a hacerle caso. Teníamos el derecho de no dejarle a nadie hablar. En esta ciudad no queremos limitar la voz o que alguien se exprese. We're not, here in the city of Sweetwater, we're not going to limit public speech. Even though you didn't come here on time, you guys came late, we wanted to give you an opportunity to speak. All right, so thank you for your public comments.
All right.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Commissioners, Mr. Mayor, thank you for indulging me on that. I'm sure you guys support what I did, and I hope you did. If not, please let me know. Item C, City Clerk's report. Thank you, City Clerk. Item D, City Attorney's report.
Just very quickly, the sale on the 300 building property closed already. The last payment already was wired in late last week, and the case should be completely closed, both releases of liens and a voluntary dismissal in court by the end of this week.
And those monies will go to general funds, correct?
They are in general funds. I obviously Scott can speak to that better than I can.
Mr. Mayor?
I'm putting those monies in general fund, but I'm also assisting them for 2 or 3 different services within our city and putting them into the budget, which will be coming and reflecting in the next budget year.
So 10 police officers, 10 police cars. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Police report is attached. Deputy Chief, Assistant Chief, attached. Excellent. Congratulations on your new police cars. F, Building and Zoning report, attached. Anything else to add? No. Code compliance report. Keep up the great work. Public Works Department report, attached. Finance report, you've spoken enough, attached. Community and Elderly Services report, attached. By the way, kick-ass job. Awesome. All right. Parks and Recreation report. Sandra, you're doing okay.
Okay.
My children are loving your summer camp. I grew up in this city as a park kid, just like Reynaldo Ray. You're bringing that, and obviously, Mr. Mayor. You're doing a kick-ass job. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Unfinished business. New business. Go to the order. Adjournment. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Go home, folks.